Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing this Tuesday? Thank you so much for joining me here today. This is your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report. I will be bringing you up to date today on new stimulus information. President Joe Biden warns Senator Joe Manchin to agree to the $1.9 trillion stimulus relief package. If you're interested in entering my $100 Walmart gift card giveaway, please do make sure to watch until the end of this video. The Treasury Department said Tuesday it plans to award the remaining $13 billion in federal rental aid to states and localities that have been the most effective at delivering the assistance in a new bid to speed up the housing rescue. Cities like Houston, Philadelphia, and New Orleans are among the cities expected to receive additional aid. States and local programs that have substantially expended their first round of funding and obligated at least 75% of their second round will be eligible for the money. Congress authorized nearly $47 billion in emergency rental assistance to keep tenants housed during the crisis. But the program has been plagued by bottlenecks at the state and local level for months now. Just over 10% of the total funding had been distributed to renters and landlords by the end of July. State and local governments have varied widely in their ability to quickly disperse the funds, with places like Texas far outpacing stragglers in South Carolina and New York. The sluggish delivery of rental aid has become an even more urgent issue for the Biden administration after the Supreme Court last month struck down a nationwide eviction ban. The new process will act as both carrot and stick by helping successful programs continue to meet community needs, while laggards face the prospect of running out of money in the coming months. The first $25 billion of rental assistance Congress passed in December has been fully allocated by our Treasury Department to state and local programs. The department has also allocated nearly $9 billion of the second tranche of funding, leaving about $13 billion still in federal coffers.
We're going to provide support to make our communities, including tribal nations, much more resilient to the impacts of climate change. Every dollar we invest to flood-proof a power station, install power lines underground, winterize a power plant, or to build advanced turbines like the ones here, every dollar we spend saves $6 down the road, because the next time a disaster strikes, flooding is contained, the fire doesn't spread as widely, the power stays on. And these investments can also save lives, save homes, and create good-paying jobs for Americans to make our country stronger and more resilient. In fact, experts tell us that the bipartisan agreement we've reached in the American Infrastructure Bill will put 800,000 people to work. 800,000, including plumbers, pipe fitters, electrical workers, steel workers, modernizing roads, bridges, water systems, broadband systems, making high-speed internet available to 85,000 Coloradans who currently don't have it. That's what's in the infrastructure bill. That's already agreed to. And we're negotiating right now for my plan to Build Back Better, which includes additional action to address climate crisis. It includes tax credits that will effectively cut the cost of building utility-scale solar farms by 30%, shorten the time it takes for residential-scale solar systems to pay for themselves in around 8 years, instead of 8 in less than 5 years. Save consumers $1,250 for electric vehicle like a Ford F-150. By the way, 0 to 60 in 4.1. That's a different. Help us reach the goal of half the new cars sold in America will be electric by 2030, saving billions of gallons of gasoline. And I want to create a civilian climate corps. I've been pushing that for a long time. Similar to the Conservation Corps that President Roosevelt created during the Great Depression, put a new generation of Americans to work, helping us connect and conserve our public lands and become resilient in the process.
The Treasury Deputy Secretary said, Treasury is happy to provide these state and local government programs with additional resources to support Americans in need of rental assistance. We are also committed to reallocating resources to ensure assistance reaches a struggling tenant and landlord during the crisis. Nearly 50 grantees responsible for dispersing federal funds had spent more than 70% of their first allocations by July 31st. According to multiple news resources, Senator Joe Manchin received a warning from President Biden as Democrats aim to pass his $1.9 trillion stimulus package this coming spring. On a phone call around the same time Senate Democrats were readying to advance a relief bill, Biden reportedly urged Joe Manchin to come along with his plan. Since Democrats only hold a narrow majority in the Senate, Biden needed Manchin's sign-off in order for the stimulus package to move forward on a straight party line vote through a process called budget reconciliation. So Democrats worked to appease Joe Manchin through a series of negotiations, and at the same time, Joe Manchin had opposed elements of Biden's plan, including any extension of unemployment benefits that was built to tackle the economic downturn triggered by this crisis. Joe Manchin had resisted the size and the duration of the unemployment aid. The senator wanted to exclude tax relief for the unemployed and end a weekly $300 jobless benefit on July 18th. The White House, on the other hand, endorsed the $300 weekly aid through September and sought to waive tax payments on the first $10,200 in unemployment benefits. Everyone, the key word for this video is bake. If you're interested in winning the $100 Walmart gift card, please make sure to comment below this keyword, subscribe to my channel, and like this video. Thank you so much, everyone. Joe Manchin's resistance stalled the Senate's proceedings for about 11 hours until Democrats ultimately agreed on a new proposal, a $300 weekly benefit until September 6th, and waived taxes on the first $10,200 of unemployment benefits for Americans who earned up to $150,000 in the year 2020. The Senate eventually approved the stimulus bill, and President Biden signed it into law on March 11th. The legislation included $1,400 stimulus checks, an expansion of the child tax credit, and billions of dollars to state governments and schools. So now, Manchin is once again wielding his massive negotiating power as Democrats prepare to advance a $3.5 trillion spending package that covers a major chunk of Biden's agenda. This proposal includes historic investments to expand the country's social safety net, targeting education, healthcare, childcare, and other areas. Democrats plan to pass a bill through the reconciliation process, requiring every Democratic senator's support. But Manchin has disputed that the multi-trillion-dollar price tag, signaling more negotiations are to come. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here this afternoon. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a very blessed Wednesday.